Sam, first start for Ealing Trailfinders tomorrow against the Dragons. How much are you looking forward to it?
Yeah, really excited for it. It's been a fairly long pre-season, so when games come around, boys tend to get fairly excited for them.
As you mentioned, it's been a long pre-season. Do you feel like everyone's ready and kind of raring to go now?
Yeah, definitely. It's a big squad change around, but I feel like everyone's bonded really well, and as I said before, just all raring to go for this first game.
The Dragons obviously have plenty of quality throughout their squad. Do they kind of present the ideal challenge on Saturday? The fact that they've obviously got international players who will be raising our game, but also the fact that we can just kind of trial some moves and really go against some top quality individuals.
Yeah, they've picked a sort of mixed team for, as you said, some internationals, some just academy boys, so it'll be a tough challenge for us, but it's one I think we're ready for. We've put a lot of work in over the last 6-7 weeks, so yeah, I think it does pose the ideal sort of challenge for us, first game of the season.
The forecast is looking pretty positive. Are we aiming to spread the ball around a little bit?
Yeah, definitely. It's pre-season, so there's not that much pressure on outcome. It's more about just getting the sort of processes in place. So yeah, fingers crossed weather holds up and we can chuck the ball about a bit.
You're playing alongside Luke Carter at half-back. He's obviously been there for a few years. Is that quite an exciting partnership you can feel developing there?
Yeah, we've trained obviously well together for the last few weeks, so really enjoying that partnership. I think we've been training well together, so hopefully it comes through in the game.
In terms of competition for places, it's obviously kind of pretty strong throughout the squad, arguably more so in your competition. 3 absolutely top quality 10s. Great battle, and I guess that puts you're just going to have to keep training and playing as hard as possible.
Yeah, when I signed I knew this was going to be the sort of threat I had, and it's sort of raising all our games, I feel. As you said, we've got Lawrence, who's come from Cornish Pirates, who's a really good running 10, and is training well, and you've got Craig that's obviously come from Newcastle, who's played quite a bit of Premiership rugby, so both very good fly halves, and we've got keeping us on our toes. As
a 10, what kind of fly half would you say you are? Like to run with the ball, or?
I'd say I've got fairly decent balance to my game. I'm not the biggest threat in that necessarily everywhere, but just sort of decent balance.
You mentioned earlier about the kind of pressure on the pre-season games. I know it's not necessarily the most important thing to win, but we've obviously got 3 tough games coming up in the next 3 weeks. What's the kind of main thing we'll be looking to get out of them, do you think? Just
combinations of players together, getting through all our sort of moves we've done throughout pre-season, and just gelling as a squad. That's the main goal for these 3 pre-season games, so we're sort of hitting the ground running when we come up to Irish.
On a personal level, we mentioned the competition for places. You've obviously been given the number 10 shirt for the first game, a great opportunity for yourself to make a good show of yourself. Yeah,
it is. Really excited for the opportunity. As you said, it's the first game of the season, so sort of pressure's on us, me and Luke, to go out there and set the bar fairly high for the other lads to then come on for the next games.
And you've obviously been with the club now, I think it's 9 weeks we're into pre-season. What's the kind of first impressions? You enjoying your life at Ealing Trailfinders?
Yeah, really enjoying it. It's very similar to a Premiership setup. There's very little change. Coaching's very high standard. The players are all of a very high calibre, so yeah, very similar to anywhere I've been before.